headed off back to Barolo for our 3 p.m. rendezvous with Maria Teresa.
Antico. Antico. Sì, prima una volta era in paese, una volta 2 anni fa era in paese.
Sì.
Adesso invece è in una cascina in campagna, uscendo da Barolo andando verso Monforte.
Oh.
Sì, si mangia, si mangia bene. Sì, sì, sì.
Perché conosciamo da Cesare.
Ah sì, Cesare per me è sempre il meglio. Sì.
Tasted some 2003 and listened to the rundown of the vintages of the last 10 years. Saw the American male couple walking through town carrying a box of Barolo they had bought. Then we drove a ways to Bruno Roca's in Barbaresco, where we tasted and bought his 2004 Barbaresco Caparosa. Bruno was as delightful and as handsome as ever, and his son looks like a carbon copy of his dad. With the sun setting, we returned to Alba, where La Strada was more abuzz than it had been on Thursday evening. The big San Lorenzo Cathedral was all buckled up for some reason, but we saw the saint in his barbecue grill on the facade of the church, and, to my joy, found the perfect silver sneakers I had been longing for. Back to La Brasilera for a glass of wine. The munchies didn't exactly fly off the plate as they had done the previous evening, as we were still pretty full from lunch. Behold, the American male couple were standing at the bar, enjoying a glass of wine. We somewhat acknowledged each other and won't be surprised to run into each other again. A rest at La Bricola was welcomed. Dinner in the comfortably heated dining room, more food, tagliatelle with white truffles, more wine, then dodo. Saturday, 29th of December. Breakfast with Ivana, attending to our every little need. Derek got some very yellow scrambled eggs. We got the worms back into the can, scraped the ice off the car windows, kissed Ivana goodbye, and headed homeward. A little too full of good heavy Piedmontese food, we all agreed that seafood on the coast was in order for lunch. As the traffic was bad around Savona, we got off the autoroute and drove along the coast road, keeping our eyes peeled for just the right fish resto. We found it at the charming town of Scotorno, the Ristorante Sirio, right on the beach. Great spaghetti al vongole and frito misto was just what we were dreaming of. Then headed further west along a spectacular mountain-to-the-sea coastline and through villages and spas whose names we had only seen as off-ramps along the Autostrada. Finally got back to the Autostrada, A10, got in a real traffic jam at the border, and sat in a crunch of cars for nearly an hour before we could cross into France and wind our way back to Villa Bobby. It was a very enjoyable and memorable trip.